Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted path, your dreams shimmering like distant stars. You feel the weight of doubt, the pull of fear, but deep within, a quiet voice whispers, "Take the first step." The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, Laozi said, and today, those words are your guide. They're a beacon of hope, a call to action, a reminder that every great endeavor starts with one small, courageous move. This isn't just a saying. It's a truth that has carried countless souls through the ages, from ancient sages to modern dreamers like you. So, let's walk this path together, explore its meaning, and discover how one step can change your life. Life is rarely a straight road. It's a winding trail, often shrouded in mist, with obstacles that loom large and daunting. You might be facing a career that feels like a dead end, a relationship strained by unspoken words, or a personal goal that seems impossibly far away. Perhaps you're wrestling with self-doubt, that nagging voice that says you're not enough, not ready, not capable. The world can feel overwhelming, with its endless demands and unrelenting pace. You're not alone in this. Every person, at some point, stands at a crossroads, staring down a path that feels too long, too uncertain. The challenge isn't just the distance. It's the courage to begin, the strength to move when everything tells you to stay still. You might look at others, those who seem to have it all figured out, and wonder how they got there. The truth is, they too faced their own 1,000-mile journeys. They too had to take that first step, unsure of where it would lead. The problems we face are universal. Fear of failure, the weight of expectations, the temptation to procrastinate. It's easy to get lost in the enormity of it all, to let the sheer scale of your ambitions paralyze you. You might think, "I'll start tomorrow, when I'm ready, when the time is right." But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and the journey remains unstarted. The challenge is real, but so is the solution. Laozi's words cut through the noise. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's not about conquering the entire path in one leap. It's about moving forward, one small action at a time. That step might be a conversation, a decision, a moment of bravery. It's the spark that ignites the journey, the choice to begin despite the unknown. Let's dive deeper into the philosophy behind these words. Laozi, the ancient Chinese sage, was a master of simplicity and wisdom. His teachings, found in the Tao Te Ching, speak to the natural flow of life, the balance of effort and ease. When he said the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, he wasn't just talking about physical travel. He was pointing to a universal truth about growth, about becoming. The Tao, or the Way, is about aligning with life's rhythms, moving with intention rather than force. Think about it. 1,000 miles is daunting, overwhelming, a distance that could crush your spirit if you focus only on the end. Laozi invites you to shift your gaze, to look not at the horizon but at the ground beneath your feet. The first step is where your power lies. It's the moment you choose to act, to trust, to begin. This philosophy is rooted in patience and presence. Personal growth isn't a race. It's a process, a series of small, deliberate choices that build upon each other. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory, a testament to your courage. Laozi's wisdom also speaks to humility. You don't need to have all the answers or see the entire path. You just need to move forward, trusting that the way will reveal itself. This is the essence of personal growth, not perfection, but progress, not certainty, but faith. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is yours to take, right now, in this moment. It's a call to embrace the present, to let go of the need to control the future, and to find strength in the act of beginning. This isn't about grand gestures or dramatic leaps. It's about the quiet power of starting, of choosing to move even when the path is unclear. Laozi's words remind you that growth is cumulative, that every small action compounds, like drops of water carving a canyon over time. You are not defined by the distance ahead, but by the steps you take today. To understand the weight of this quote, let's travel back to ancient China, to the time of Laozi, roughly the 6th century BCE. This was the spring and autumn period, a time of chaos and change. Kingdoms waged endless wars, societies were fractured, and people sought meaning amidst uncertainty. Laozi, often depicted as a wise, reclusive thinker, was said to have served as a keeper of archives in the Zhou court before retreating to a life of contemplation. His teachings emerged in a world where power was measured by conquest and control, yet he offered a different path, one of simplicity, harmony, and inner strength. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step was a radical idea in this context. It challenged the obsession with grand plans and immediate results, urging people to focus on the present moment. Imagine a weary traveler in ancient China, setting out across vast plains or treacherous mountains. The distance was daunting, the dangers real. Yet Laozi's words would have been a lifeline, a reminder that the journey wasn't about reaching the destination in one bound, but about taking one step, then another, and another. This wisdom resonated not just for physical journeys, but for the inner quests of the heart and mind. In a society where rulers sought to dominate and scholars debated complex strategies, Laozi's simplicity was revolutionary. He spoke to the common person, the dreamer, the seeker, offering a philosophy that empowered everyone, not just the elite. His words carried forward through centuries, inscribed in texts, shared by word of mouth, and embraced by those who sought growth amidst adversity. The historical context gives this quote its depth. It was born in a time of struggle, yet it speaks to hope, to the belief that even in chaos, one small step can set you on a path to transformation. Laozi's message was timeless, a guide for anyone facing their own 1,000-mile journey, then and now. Now, let's bring this wisdom to life through a story. Picture a young man named Wei, living in a small village nestled among rolling hills. Wei was no warrior, no scholar, just a potter's son with a dream that burned brighter than the kiln he tended. He wanted to become a master craftsman, to create pottery so beautiful it would be cherished across the land. But the path was daunting. The greatest artisans lived in the imperial city, 1,000 miles away, and Wei had no money, no connections, only his hands and his heart. The villagers laughed at his ambition. "You're just a boy," they said. "The city is too far, the journey too hard." Wei felt the weight of their words, the sting of doubt creeping into his soul. Nights were spent staring at the stars, wondering if his dream was foolish. One evening, an old traveler passed through the village, a wanderer with eyes that sparkled with wisdom. Wei shared his dream, his fears, and the traveler listened quietly. Then he spoke. "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Wei was puzzled. "But how do I begin when the path is so long?" The traveler smiled. "Take one step tomorrow. Pack a small bag, walk to the next village, and learn from their potters. Then take another step, and another. The journey will unfold." Wei hesitated, but the words stayed with him. The next morning, he packed a simple bag, bid farewell to his family, and walked to the next village. There, he apprenticed with a kind potter who taught him new techniques. Emboldened, Wei took another step, traveling to a larger town, then another, each place adding to his skill, his confidence, his vision. The road was not easy. Storms soaked him, bandits threatened him, and doubt still whispered in quiet moments. But with each step, Wei grew. He learned resilience, patience, the art of listening to the clay. Years passed, and one day, Wei found himself at the gates of the imperial city. His hands were calloused, his heart full. He wasn't yet a master, but he was no longer just a potter's son. He had become a seeker, a grower, a man who took one step, then another, until the impossible became possible. Wei's story isn't just his own, it's yours. Your journey, like his, begins with one small, brave step, a choice to move forward despite the odds. What does this all mean for you? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step is more than a quote. It's a blueprint for personal growth. Life will always present challenges, doubts, setbacks, fears, but they don't define your path. Your power lies in the present, in the choice to act, to begin, to move. This lesson is simple yet profound. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the entire road or know every turn. You just need to take one step. Maybe it's signing up for that course you've been delaying, reaching out to mend a broken relationship, or writing the first page of your book. That step, however small, is the spark that sets your journey in motion. Growth isn't about speed or perfection. It's about consistency, courage, and faith. Each step builds on the last, creating a momentum that carries you farther than you ever imagined. Laozi's wisdom teaches you to trust the process, to find joy in the act of moving forward. It's okay to stumble, to pause, to question. What matters is that you keep going one step at a time. This takeaway is your compass. No dream is too big, no journey too long, if you're willing to begin. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Embrace the uncertainty, the messiness, the beauty of becoming. Your 1,000-mile journey is waiting, and it starts with you, right now, taking that first, hopeful step. So go, move, begin. The path is yours, and every step is a triumph. Let's reflect on this truth one more time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Laozi's words are a gift, a reminder that you are capable, that your dreams are within reach, that growth is not a destination but a way of being. You're standing at the edge of your own journey, whatever it may be, a new career, a deeper connection, a bolder version of yourself. The path may seem long, the obstacles real, but you have everything you need to start. Take that step. Let it be small, let it be imperfect, but let it be yours. With each step, you'll grow stronger, wiser, more alive. The world is waiting for your light, your courage, your unique journey. So, take a deep breath, feel the hope rising within you, and move. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is yours to take today.